If you're worried you're not getting the full picture of Sicily, you're in the right place. We reveal a realistic, balanced view from personal experience. Nobody can accuse me of having rose-colored glasses on when it comes to retirement in Sicily, because today they're coming off. The thing that we really dislike is the big trash problem. And what do you think that is due to, Croce, mostly?
I think it's a lot of corruption within the government.
Okay. So Rome gives money to each of the 20 regions, and they appropriate those monies according to their regulations and the things that they decide upon in that local government. And for some reason, Sicily just does not put importance on cleaning up trash. Now, it depends. It depends on the town.
Right.
Some towns are very, very clean. Some towns you'll find trash strewn everywhere. And there's a migrant problem as well. A lot of foreigners are coming through.
Yes.
So the migrant problem does contribute to it. It's become so bad that Sicily is now exporting its trash. So the landfills are filled, and it angered me when I first came, because Croce can vouch for this. I would be so upset when I would go to the beach or go somewhere and see trash all around on the ground with receptacles close by, and people just couldn't take the time to put it in the trash can. So I thought, you know, why didn't they take pride in their own beautiful country, their own beautiful island? They are making headway. They're putting cameras in a lot of places and trying to put fines in place to catch the people that are leaving the country in the rural areas and driving to the city and just dumping. So that would be the biggest emotional dislike that I have. One of the big negatives is narrow streets and trying to drive and navigate through these narrow streets. In fact, I've learned to roll down my front window and pull in the side mirror, because a lot of times you will scrape your mirror driving if you don't do that. So most of the cars, I think the majority of the cars in Italy do have folding side mirrors.
They do.
Of course, because of the history of Italy, the roads are much more narrow. Back then, they were made for carriages and horses, so we understand why. And Croce, where is that place we go where it's one way and we always run into other cars?
It's Bayou di Carini.
When we head down to the beach to Bayou di Carini, there's a one-way bridge. There's a couple ways to get there, but we like to take the one-way bridge. It's a little faster. But you're driving it blind because you're coming around a curve and it's a one-way lane. Two cars will not fit. And we end up meeting nose to nose in the middle of the bridge, and then somebody's got to back down around that big curve and back out to allow the other car to go through. So you think to yourself, wow, this infrastructure is so ridiculous. But then again, look at the history. And they haven't made an overpass to that, and the charm and quaintness of that beautiful area, I wouldn't change it.
I remember when we took the train in Palermo going to Calabria. My wife, she needed to go to the bathroom, so she left all the luggage. It belongs to me, and looking around to find the bathroom. Finally, she find the bathroom, and she find the door shut. You need a coin to get in.
Yes, that is so frustrating. Coin-operated public bathrooms, unbelievable. I walked and walked and walked and couldn't find a bathroom, and then when I finally did, I didn't have €1 or 50 cents or whatever it was to get in. To me, that is so ridiculous. I get it though. I mean, maintenance is a problem, keeping toilet paper and supplies, so I think that's what they use it for. And then sometimes you'll see an attendant outside who expect a tip, who, you know, they clean the bathrooms and keep it stocked. But that was really frustrating. In the US, we're very used to picking up an orange, smelling it, picking up a watermelon and knocking on it to see if it's ripe, or checking it out, or squeezing the fruit, or whatever else. In Italy, in Sicily, you do not do that. When you go to a fruit market or a fruit or vegetable stand where it's a mom pop deal and there's an owner there, you just tell them what you want. You can point or you can say exactly what you would like, but they pick up the fruit and bag it for you. Now, if you go to a grocery store, that's different, right?
Right, it's different.
Yeah, when you go to Lidl, you just go and get your fruit and put it in a bag, and you weigh it and put the sticker on. So that was something to get used to. After that first time of me picking up the fruit and smelling it and trying to decide what I wanted, and the owner gave me a look and said, "What would you like, signora?" And so after that, I learned my lesson. I was a little bit frustrated, but have to go with the flow and learn how to accept and fit in with the culture. One frustrating thing about living in Sicily is that if you need over-the-counter medication like Tylenol or Advil or cold medication, you actually have to go to the pharmacy to get it. And that is quite annoying because grocery stores do not sell those things. You just cannot find them. However, on the positive side, you can get prescription medications that you would normally need a doctor to fill a prescription for in the US, but you can go to the pharmacy, tell the pharmacist your ailment or whatever your symptoms are, and he can give you something right then and there without a doctor's prescription. So that is super convenient. But it's a little bit hard to get used to, not being able to get just Tylenol or something at a grocery store or a dollar store or whatever. In Sicily, they have a fee, a tax on the electric bill that's included for every single person on the electric grid, and they just reduced it. It used to be 90 euros per year, but now they just passed a law to change it to 73 euros per month, or no, per year.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's included on your electric bill, and that's whether you have a TV or not. That's really nuts. Now, I have seen places where they say there's a form you can fill out if you're exempt, if you don't, if you can prove you don't have a television, that you don't owe that fee or tariff, they call it. But to me, it's ludicrous to include a television, a public broadcasting fee tariff on your electric bill.
One of the problems in Sicily, they shut down the water every so often because of a shortage of water, and we need to prepare ourselves to get buckets of water to even flush the toilet.
It's frustrating for sure to have water on the side. You never know when it's going to happen. It's not very often, but every once in a while.
Yes.
And you can't flush your toilet, you can't do dishes or anything until, and usually it's how long? A few hours?
Few hours.
One of the biggest things that gives me anxiety in Sicily is driving and parking. I do drive locally in Carini to the store back and forth, but to go to church or Palermo or whatever, I don't drive in a big city. Croce does. And parking is nuts. People just park wherever. Stop signs and green lights, red lights are suggestions, and I'm not exaggerating. You've got pedestrians crossing where they shouldn't be crossing. You've got motor scooters, regular pedal bicycles, not the electric bikes, but regular bicycles in the flow of car traffic in the highways. It's nuts. Everybody just merges and goes when they want to. If it's a 3-lane highway or a 2-lane road, they make it 5.
Yes.
Everybody just does their own thing. And so actually my anxiety level has gone down. It got better since living in Sicily. I guess I got accustomed to it. So that is a negative. In the end, Sicily is a destination that will capture your heart, but it's not without its challenges. From navigating the locals to dealing with the bureaucracy, which we didn't even mention, it's a place that requires patience, flexibility, and a willingness to adapt. But if you're willing to put in the effort, Sicily will reward you with some of the most incredible experiences of your life. If you have an experience you'd like to share, we'd love to hear about it. If you found this helpful, please give us a like and subscribe for more videos. Next up is why we pick Sicily for retirement. So take care and enjoy.
Arrivederci.